Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for coming and joining us today. You are more than welcome. Let's begin with a meditation. Closing our eyes, relaxing in our space, breathing through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. Opening ourselves up to the divine energy of pure love, pure light. Allowing that energy to flow through us, to be us, to speak with us, to play with us, to laugh with us. We are the divine, embodied in these human forms. Let's embrace it and have a divine conversation. Welcome. All right.
That was beautiful. You know, the power of a smile is just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and I've embodied the practice of smiling in a meditation, and that euphoric feeling inside your body of just like, absolutely. So yeah,
that's beautiful. I wanted to talk about us humans, us bodies, us this, because so in the morning times between wake and asleep, I always, not always, but that's usually when I get some really good downloads. And I got a download the other day to speak about us, our humanness, our bodies. And I'll just open the conversation up with what I understand. And mind you, these are only our opinions. You don't have to believe them. You can if you want. You can do more research. Nobody's telling you this is the end all be all, because I don't believe it is. So just know that these are our opinions. These are my beliefs that help me walk in this life, to embrace more love. So as a human, I have been very aware of myself, because I've realized that in order for me to grow, for me to change, for me to be a happy Edie, I need to understand me. What is this all about? And so it took, and I'm still in the process of understanding and learning about myself, but it's about honestly viewing characteristics I have, patterns I have, habits, responses, how I respond, and it may not even be an external response, but how am I internally responding to that? To genuinely look at this human's response and this human's place in this world. And I believe that it's only then that you're able to start somewhere in a foundational way of understanding externally what's going on in this world. Because as I've learned, this external world is a reflection of what's going on internally. So if you're not understanding the external world, look at yourself, really learn yourself, and without judgment, without bias, without, just as an observer, just to look and see, oh, I have a pattern of responding like that. Oh, I have a pattern of lying. Oh, I have a pattern of judgment. Oh, I have these, and look at it as a discovery that you've just discovered. It makes it not so personal. It makes it not bad. It just says, wow, okay, I have that. Okay, is that something I want to keep doing? And it's only then that you can then change it, because you can't change what you don't know. You can't change what you can't see. And so I believe that's what they were wanting me to talk about. Do you have any more awareness?
First of all, beautiful. But it's learning as well to put your pride aside and or your ego, and openly admit that, because as society or this world that we're living in, it's frowned upon to admit your truth, you know, and put on this fake front of trying to be somebody because you're trying to be that person that somebody wants you to be.
Yeah, it's that people pleasing.
People pleasing, yes.
And you're not me pleasing, which you will never please people. Somebody will always have an issue, always. So that's what I've learned is like, no matter how good I am, no matter how positive I am, no matter how beautiful I am, no matter how in a high vibrational space I am, somebody will have some issue. Because it's not my issue, it's their issue. It's them maybe being uncomfortable in my presence because I bring out something that they don't know or something that makes them uncomfortable. And that's okay. But you're right, it is a people-pleasing society that we live in, and it's because we want to fit in. I had the awareness, well, I've had it all my life, but I don't fit in. And when I fully embrace the fact that I don't fit in, not because of how I look, it's just I don't believe the way people believe. I don't believe a lot of what I'm told because I feel truth. And I trust that more than I trust what somebody's saying to me. So if somebody's telling me something, I feel it. And I don't fit in. So I was having a conversation. One of my children was sitting at the dinner table, and there was a theory that I saw on TikTok, and this theory was about the sun birthing a new planet. So there are some videos going around of planets next to the sun, like really close to the sun, and people are going like, what is this? And then I saw this person come out with a video about a theory of, is the sun birthing? Is that where these planets are coming from our sun? And I thought it was an interesting conversation. So I brought it up with my 19-year-old son.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. So first off, he thought it was a hilarious idea. Like, how could that even happen? Then he wanted to pull in my 16-year-old son, who's very, like, he's a fact searcher. Like, he will go and search the facts, you know. So I find it interesting that I have these two boys. Like, my mind is so open to any idea, and I thought it was a worthwhile conversation to have. I thought, that's interesting. What if our son is birthing planets, you know? And he just wouldn't have anything to do with it. And I saw myself responding. I responded in a hurtful way. I felt all of the judgment from the rest of my family of not understanding me, not getting me, feeling like, so in him doing that, it just triggered all of this old, like, you're never understood by your family, all these beliefs. And it was beautiful because, and now I see why I brought that topic up, so that I can look at that I didn't know was still there. So I was able to look at that and find grace in it and say, you know what, that is my old self responding to a new situation that I don't have to respond to like that. It went even as far as me going in to talk to him later about it. And I was, which I didn't need to do. All I needed to do was give him love and say, that's perfectly okay if you don't want this conversation to happen. So.
Yeah, and also if, like, you're entitled to think your way and he's entitled to think his way too, you know.
Yes, that's what I said to him too.
And it's both coming from a place of love, you know. But regarding reacting, do you believe that these experiences are reoccurring again to allow you to unravel something? But do you believe that you have to go back and see where their roots stem from?
No, so I believe that they're happening again because I'm checking to see if I'm going to respond differently. I'm checking to see, have I really grown? Is this an area that I have really grown in? Because if it is, I wouldn't respond the same.
Okay, got you.
So I caught myself responding the same. No.
Not today. No, but I found like...
But yeah, today, actually, I feel like I worked it out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
See if it comes back.
It's the game of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a family member said something to me, and I took it extremely personally, and like I was again playing victim because I had these expectations of how this person should act, and again, it's not, I don't need to show them why I'm doing it or what, like,
you don't have to justify yourself to anybody.
Yeah. And that was the thing as well, because like I was feeling it, you know, like, and then I was feeling so good, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, again.
But that's you basing your good feeling on the external, which your good feeling should just come from you. It's a conditional feeling that you're feeling then. Means that the conditions are right, so I'm going to feel good, which is what everybody's doing. Real growth happens when you can still be in your joy space, no matter what somebody's saying to you.
Yeah.
That's unconditional joy, unconditional love. That is your true self. Easy said than done. I'm still working on that too.
Yeah, but it's your awareness. Like I get such a kick out of, like, what happened to me this morning? Oh, so I'm doing like social media for a party, right? And I was throwing out ideas, and I was sending them to the guy, my friend, and he was like, no, and I just literally sat, and I was like, I am so grateful that I'm not allowing this no to hinder me from keep going. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's something that looks good for me might look good for him, you know, and that's all right. So I literally had to text him and be like, thank you so much for this experience. Like, past the surface level shit, it's great, thanks a million. But like, you're really teaching me that.
Detach.
Yeah, and like, it doesn't matter if somebody sees something differently. Yeah. Like, and it's not taking it personally either, you know what I mean? So that was a really nice thing for me.
Yeah, I get to experience that a lot in my current situation, where I'm the cook. I cook dinner for the people in the house, and there's one person who doesn't always like what I cook. And I learned very early on to don't take it personally. And honestly, sometimes it isn't that good. You know? Yeah. So I'm like, it's totally fine. But at first I was a little like, oh, they didn't like it, you know, but I can't control their taste buds. Like, it's not, I loved it. My family loved it. So who cares? Yeah. And who cares if nobody loved it? If I loved it when I made it, that's all that counts. And I did.
Or if you didn't love it and you said, oh, that's absolutely awful.
Yeah, that's okay too. It's just not to take it personally if somebody isn't praising you or thinking it's wonderful. It's like, okay, it's okay. You're not going to die. Yeah.
But it's crazy how someone may never cook again. That may be extreme as that, but somebody may never cook as that because they have a fear of...
You don't like it anyway.
Yeah, like... Yeah. And that again all stems back to self-worth. Yeah. Like, which...
is a huge topic that we keep kind of touching on, but then what can you say about it? Because it's really internal work. It's really things... That's why I was started with, who are you? What did you come in with? There's no mistakes in this world, ever. God did not make a mistake when he or she made you, right? God did not make a mistake. You are absolutely perfect as you are. You don't need to change anything. Just accept and learn who you are. Learn those things that you have that are different than somebody else. That's why you're unique.
Mm-hmm. And it's truly like finding that joy, and when it doesn't bring you joy no more, switch it up, you know, change it up.
Yeah. In what you're doing. Yeah.
Like I was listening
constantly look for your joy.
I was listening to something this morning, and they were saying that when you what? When you actually what?
You need to do a new mantra, Amy. I remember all my thoughts. When I need to remember, it's there. Everything I need to remember is there. And you're only 23. So it has nothing to do with age. Let me just say that to you. I am not 23. It is 100% just a belief system, because I'm not 23. And sometimes my thoughts go and sometimes they don't. It's just normal.
It doesn't need to be said.
Stop saying it's age, because
No, I tell you, so my friend this morning in the car, she says, I don't know why we were talking about age, but she goes, I'm 24 this year. I was like, and? And she's like, I don't know, it just makes me upset.
Why?
You know why it makes you upset, Cara? It makes you upset because society tells you that getting old is a bad thing.
Yes.
So we're all subconsciously feeding into it by going, I don't want to get more, blah, 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 blah.
Because we put a number on we put a number on how many years we've circled the sun. And that's okay if it was okay to get old. Do you know what I mean? But people make it not okay to get old. Oh, sorry, you're 62. You know, like people will talk about it. But here's the thing that I'm embracing more and more, because I've heard it a million times now, but I'm still learning. The divine is youth. The divine is fresh. The divine is young. And that doesn't mean when you're young, you're divine. That means when, no matter how many years you've circled the sun, you can still be in that divine energy, which means you're still youthful, you're still young. And the aging process is a belief system. And see, this is why I try to explain to my son, I see things differently. Like, I don't believe that the aging process is something we all just have to do. It's a belief system we've bought into. And the harder you see life, the more you worry, the more you fear, the more, I believe that all ages you. It makes you, and you can reverse it. You can go back once you let go and release the resistance. I truly believe that.
And do you believe that you have to break through the barriers that what got you there to believe that in the first place?
If they come up for you, if they don't come up for you and you just want to start believing, if they come up for you, then yeah, then you have to work through them in order to keep.
Yeah, like for example, this whole worthiness, right? And the people pleasing. I realised, I had a little download, had a tendency of people pleasing because love when I was younger was only given when I earned it.
Because you're taught that in school too. Sorry.
Okay.
In school you're taught. You earn.
You get an A. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's programmed into us. Yeah. So it's not unusual that you feel unworthy, especially in the Catholic religion. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. You know what I found? Sorry, absolute topic change, but so beautiful. The spring equinox, right? Rebirth, fertility, Mama Earth's waking back up again, you know? And St. Patrick's Day, Easter. For me, eggs represents fertility, you know? Represents birth, you know? And how Easter, the Catholics sell Easter eggs the same time of the spring equinox. So
it's not just the Catholics, it's all over the world.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if the truth, for example, the truth for me feels the Celtic wheel, you know, and then Catholicism, Catholicism put their own spin on it.
Yes.
You know, through Easter eggs.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Do you know? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was just it actually fascinated me. I was like, wow.
You just had that realization?
It just clicked. Like, remember you opened up the suggestion of seeing St. Patrick with the hook. And
the shepherd. Yes.
Like, that's just how I felt when I just figured that out.
Yeah, there's symbolisms like that all around us. And the Catholic Church did change a lot of the pagan beliefs into Catholicism. And that's how a lot of our holidays are created from pagan beliefs. So I love I'm gonna pull this conversation back to worthiness, because it comes back to believing in a higher power, a source, a divine. And we had dinner this weekend with a few other people, and there was a conversation about one of the ladies, her grandchildren. She asked one of her grandchildren if they believed in God, and the grandchild said no. And they're raised Catholic, and I understand that child's perspective, but I also see it now differently, because I would have in the past have also said no. But now knowing the like, you aren't disconnected ever from this energy that created you, and you were created even though you come from your mother's womb. Like, the whole connecting of the sperm and the egg, that is like, that's divine. And everything that you see in this reality, though it not real, is the divine has created this for you to show you this is all a projection from you, and you can't be disconnected from it. So the more you can honor the fact that nothing's gone wrong, you were birthed perfectly, you were everything. You know, I had Connor, I keep going back to Connor because I saw the perfection in this child who had so many issues. He had no issues. He was perfect. And all children are like that. All beings are like that. All beings are perfect as they are, even if they come in with things that look different to everybody else. That's part of their uniqueness of why they're here, and part of their gift. And so it's looking at, what is my uniqueness and what is my gift? And it comes back to the worthy part. If you weren't worthy, you wouldn't be here. You are so worthy. That's why you are here. Your worthiness is you exist. There's nothing more than that. The divine saw the need for you. That's how worthy you are. And the divine is expressing itself through you in your unique way. That's why it's important to understand your uniqueness, your unique way, because that's how the divine is expressing through you.
But people will only see it like that if they're in a state to see it like that, you know?
Well, you're always given the choice, and everything's a choice.
Like, if we were to, like, if I'm having a bad day, but I'm choosing, like you said, to have a bad day, I'm not going to see, I'm going to be like, fuck everything and fuck everyone else, you know?
You decide, because I feel like most of my life was like that. Most of my life, I felt like was shitty. I could see it that way. Or I could see, like, what a fucking amazing life I've had. Look at all the opportunities I've had to see things differently, or to see life. That's why I see things differently, because I know I don't have to see it like that. if the way most of us are taught is to look for the bad. Look for the bad in everything. How is that serving you? How does that make you feel? To look for the bad in everything. It makes you not want to get up in the morning. And I keep going back to that because that's a huge thing for me. I really wanted to be excited about getting up in the morning. Because if there's nothing worth getting up for, why are you here? And it comes back to being worthy. I am so worthy. I exist. I heard it said, God needs you as much as you need God. That's how valuable you are. You're not just some accident. You're not just some mistake. Doesn't matter how you came into this world. It's that you are in this world. It's that you exist. That's how valuable you are.
And everything is already rewritten before we come here too.
Yeah. Well, you have free will. It isn't. You have free will. And that's your uniqueness. It's your expression in this world is your value. So it's not written as in you're just playing out a role. You have free will. It's like the end result is kind of written, and it could take you a million lifetimes because how you get there is up to you. It's your uniqueness. So it's like the end result is self-realization. The end result is understanding that you are source. The end result is being source, being that divine energy that you already are. That's your end goal. But how we get there is up to us. That's why anybody's religion is valuable if it helps them get to that realization.
Yeah, I was not this in the Catholic Church, by the way. But yeah, no.
Yeah, life is so valuable when you realize, like for me, I want to understand who I am now. I don't want to have to keep coming back for it. If I have to, I will. But I believe that life can go on and on and on until I choose to leave my form. And because I feel like I'm just starting to wake up. Why would I want to start ending it now? You know, because most people would say, oh, you're in your 50s, you should be ending, winding down. No, I just started getting this shit. I'm not going anywhere for a very long time. So.
What age do you want to live to?
I don't have an end age. I used to, but that would just limit me. I just want to live. I just want to keep embracing this and enjoying this and consciously being awake in a human form and understanding my multi-dimensional self and there's a lot I want to just understand. I just want to be completely in that flow all the time and understand it and love it and be in it and help others if they want that. If they don't, that's okay. I'm just going to be in it anyway.
Yeah. Be a little earth angel. I see that. You are that. But it's crazy though that our worth is defined by who you are rather than what you're being.
Yeah. What degrees you have, what impact you've had on this world.
But like even from years and years and years ago, like where you were a shoemaker or and it's just been that way. It's been comfort for everybody to keep believing it. That's why I truly believe like there's a lot of this new shift that's happening. There's a lot of people that's like breaking down those barriers, breaking down those beliefs.
Yeah, well, that's the new shift. That's what we're here to do, is to break down the beliefs, to see the programming as programming and to shift it into believing what you want to believe, believing what feels right to you and what serves you. Because that's how you're supported. It's not hard work. We're not here to work hard for things. We're here to allow.
Yeah.
And to feel that allowing.
That's why I think it's important as well that, like, for example, I drew a card last night and it was like, clean your space. And I literally cleaned my space about 2 weeks ago. Like, I upended everything. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then, for example, I was with my friend yesterday and we were on the laptop. And I realised I had so much files that just didn't need to even be on my laptop, you know. So, like, I deleted them, and then that led me to deleting so many photographs, clearing up so much space. And it's making room for the newness to come. So whether that's in physical form or internally with beliefs.
Or both.
So I just think, like, that I felt, as a pain in the ass it was to do yesterday, I felt super lighter afterwards.
Very good. Well, I think that's been 30 minutes.
Okay, super.
And we will wrap that episode up. Thank you very much. Thank you to the spider plant that came to share our energy. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
And thank you to whoever watches us.
Deeply
talk.
appreciated.
Bye.